What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. This is your Monday Madness, and I got a fantastic video for you. But what I need you to do right now is hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I need you to come along with us for the journey. Check the description tab. Tons of tools and tidbits right there at your fingertips to make you a more successful trader. And guess what? Everything products and service related that Traders War Room has to offer, we got the links right there for you as well. Now, if that sounds good and you're ready to rock it with us, then all I got to say to you is follow me and let's go to war. And real quick, I want to introduce you guys to the new Traders War Room mascot. Hey, every soldier needs a battle buddy, and this is him, guys. He doesn't have a name yet, and I'm leaving that up to you. In the comments, please put some cool names that you think the Traders War Room mascot should be called, and we'll pick one of the names and do a big unveiling. But we're super excited to have our little battle buddy on the team. Oh, and since it is the national championship, I got to represent KU all the way. Traders War Room wants to remind the viewer that this is not financial advice. The content on this channel is for entertainment and education purposes only. You're responsible for every decision you make. We want you to have fun, use caution, and always go to war. Check out TradersWarRoom.com and stay up to date with all the products and services Traders War Room has to offer, like these. Truly something for everybody at Traders War Room. That's why we're coined the one-stop shop for all traders and investors. Need a little one-on-one training, man? We got you covered. Whether you need a little bit of refinement in your strategy, you want to develop a new skill, or you just want to bounce some ideas with a professional trader, Traders War Room has a one-on-one mentor session that focuses on you. You can book your session today at TradersWarRoom.com. Every battle needs a plan, and you can get just that with Traders War Room Zoom classes. Whether it's our upcoming classes or historical classes, listen, we're not just growing our portfolios here, we're also growing our mind, and at $15 a pop, you are not going to beat the quality and content that Traders War Room has to offer. Check us out and look at the classes we have to offer on TradersWarRoom.com. And finally, guys, our flagship, the Traders War Room Discord, a true one-stop shop for all traders, investors, free and paid services, guys. Come check us out today. We have a fantastic community of like-minded investors, and we want you on the team. Stay tuned at the end of the presentation. We have upcoming classes and promotions that we think you'll enjoy. The Buzz Report, what's hot and what's not in the stock market. Let's get it right now. Here's how your markets closed. Green across the board. Not a bad day in the marketplace. I saw a lot of money being made out there. Definitely, we hope we can keep the continuation and the momentum moving forward, closing out the week strong. Picture representation of the sectors, seeing how they closed out. Technology, you see, was up huge. You saw financials kind of reddish green, more to the red side. Communication services did fairly well, and consumer discretionary or consumer cyclical did fairly well. Some of the other ones we'll talk about here in a minute did not do so well, but we watched those for the bounce. We're also paying attention to the ETFs, guys. I cannot hit this up enough. During inflationary times, okay, you guys got to start looking at the ETFs, okay? They are a decent place to make some money during high stress times, during sentiment low in the marketplace going long. These are places that a lot of big money will start tucking away for safekeeping, and you can make some decent money until the market turns and it starts to get hot again. Sector performance. Now we see that healthcare, utilities, and financials were the biggest losers, and communication services, consumer discretionary, and technology were the biggest winners. We're also paying attention to energy, materials, and industrials, okay, because they were kind of 50-50, and we want to see if they got some sentiment one way or the other. We can make money on calls, we can make money on puts, longs or shorts, it doesn't matter, but we want to see some bounces from these ones that are kind of in the middle. Total premiums, calls versus puts. I tell you guys this all the time, but it's true, okay? You guys want to follow where the big money is flowing, all right? This is what moves needles. This is what drives sentiment in the marketplace, okay? If you're not paying attention to the big cap stocks that have the large pull in their indexes, you guys are doing yourself a disservice. Please follow some of the big monies and make smart decisions based off of the rotations and the sentiment that the big money market caps are pushing the market in. Here's your top trending stocks, and we're going to talk about a few of these when we get into the actual stock charts. Here's your futures. Now remember, futures are just a glimpse into what could be. They are not set in stone, and we use them just to generate a plan and get a strategy moving forward, so when that bell rings, we can go out there and kill it. Top news, and anyone was paying attention to Twitter today, but Twitter option trades ahead of Musk disclosure raise analyst eyebrows. So some well-timed trades in the options on Twitter in the days before Tesla Incorporated top boss Elon Musk revealed a large stake in the social media company are raising eyebrows among option analysts. So we're paying attention. Now, anytime you hear stories like this, you're usually going to see some sort of negative sentiment come along with it, especially if the story gains some steam and there's some sort of evidence that shows that there was some sort of insider trading going on. So we're paying attention to this, and definitely we went on the put side on this because I thought it was a little bit too much too soon. We went out 2 weeks just to give it some time to mature, but we're bearish on Twitter, and that's the call that we made. This is interesting. Samsung Electric likely to report highest Q1 profits since 2018, all on chips. So we're paying attention to this again, and this is not one that you really hear a lot about in the chip market. Usually it's NVDA, AMD, ON, TSM, some of those like that. But this one's interesting. This just shows you that power of that supply economics 101, okay? So supply is limited, demand is high. That is supply economy 101, guys. You got to pay attention to it. It means the price is going to jack up and companies can make some money on these particular things. So we're paying attention to the semiconductor industry big time. And finally, Amazon considering creating an app for its union workers to block words like union, The Intercept said. Now, I don't understand why a big company like Amazon would even think this was a morale-boosting event. Basically, they're talking about creating an internal app like an intranet, and they're going to ban certain words from being used to, I don't know, to guard some sort of, negative sentiment or maybe mutiny among the masses. But I don't see this being a morale booster at all. If anything, people are going to be like, you know what, you're censoring me now. You've already took away this, you took away that, and now you're censoring me from something that's supposed to be morale boosting. So I don't see this going anyway. But what you got to pay attention is anytime you got these large, huge corporations and they get a PR nightmare and it starts to get steam, this is big money against the company, okay? So what I'm expecting is if this story continues to pick steam up, we'll probably see some negative sentiment in the stock based off of this because it's going to be money to clean up this PR nightmare that they have. All right, so enough of that boring news stuff, right? Let's get into some stocks that we're watching and possibly some earning trades closing out this week strong. Now, first we'll talk about SPY, and it did exactly what we thought it did. We saw a little bit of a decline at the very beginning, and then it just continued to rise up, and it went on its way to trying to test that 460 area. Now, I think we got a little bit of a shoot up that we go tomorrow. We try to test that 460 area or get closer to the 460 area, and then we get a slight pullback. And so I'm going to be looking to probably capitalize on some near-term puts once we get to the peak of SPY's jump tomorrow. Wanted to show you guys an ETF, XLC. I like to give you guys ETFs that aren't well known and people don't really trade these that much. And when I say well known, I don't mean like people don't know what they are. They're just not talked about a lot. But XLC, this is a communications ETF, and this has been doing fantastic. You can see the V-shaped recovery that this thing has had from its decline, and we're right above that 50% Fabrizio line. I like this for continuation. We do have some resistance up here at this $72 area, but I think that it's time that this thing's been beat up for a while, that we'll probably start to see this shoot up and trying to make a run towards that $74 area. So could be a good time to start looking at some long trades on this particular ticker. And AMD, of course, we're watching AMD. You know, AMD popped pretty good this morning, and we were able to make good money on our swing trade that we had. We were lucky we got in real low on a Friday, and we rode this thing up huge coming out of the gate today. So we're paying attention to AMD. It is down. We still got a sell signal on the daily if you go by super trend, but I like the continuation. I like the sentiment that we have. And like we were talking about earlier, man, supply economics. All right, the demand for these chips is high, the supply is low, the price will continue to go up as long as the sentiment stays fresh in the marketplace. I think AMD is a winner on this, and I think we can even see 115 or 120 by the end of the week. And I'm always trying to give you guys thought-provoking content. I just wanted to give you guys some tickers that are in the semiconductor area that aren't the known brands like the NVDA, like the AMD, like the TSM. These are just some other ones. You see some ones that are, you know, priced a little bit higher. You see some cheaper ones. LEDS is a penny stock one that typically does well, and it rides coattails. So when the other semiconductors are, the bigger names are doing well, LEDS is one that follows suit. QCOM, you got to pay attention to that. That thing can shoot up $10 in a day and make some decent money if you're going in on options. But paying attention to some other stocks that aren't the normal ones, the NVDA, the AMD, is always a good idea. Here's Twitter, and we were talking about Twitter earlier. Listen, I told you guys all the time, when I see things like this, I'm always thinking too much too soon. Now, I didn't know if there was a huge institutional buying into this Twitter trade or not, and so it was flagging hard to this upper level and wasn't really moving around too much. So I went ahead and pushed the contract to the put side out 2 weeks with an expiration of 14. And I think we're going to end up making some pretty decent money on this. I can't see it staying up this high for a while, especially on the hype. And if this negative sentiment story with this potential insider trading or insider information gets out, it'll just drive the price down. Some other ones that were moving along in suit in this particular industry, JMIA. Now, this is one you haven't heard much about for a while. It's been beat up pretty good, but you saw it pop a little bit. Again, I see things like this. This is a speculative trade. I think too much too soon. We potentially could see some more continuation, but I'd be looking for a pinnacle point so that you can ride this thing down a few percentages, because this thing was up huge today, and I just got a feeling it was too much too soon. We're probably going to see some downward pressure. Now, on the flip side, NEGG, we talked about this one last week, and I like this one for continuation. I told you guys I could see this one pushing 750, even back to the $8 in the near term. And look, it's doing exactly what we thought it was doing. It had a little bit too much too soon, that big, huge green candle there, and we saw the downward pressure and then the signs of reversal. Okay, give me one more green day, not so much of a movement like we had today, and I'll think that we're in a reversal, and we're probably looking to make a run for a new high. And guys, I'm loving me some Snap right now. I think this is in a breakout pattern. I think we're going to break out from this area, and we're going to go test that $42 range. And if we can hold that area, probably float around the $42, $43 range for a little bit, trying to get the sentiment and see if we can push past this. But remember, guys, this was $70 not too long ago, so it has a huge gap to fill, and Snap is just gaining momentum. Okay, advertising dollars. A lot of people are kind of moving away from this virtual reality type of thing, and they're going more into the augmented reality. They think that that has more sustainable future than virtual reality. And, you know, to each their own on that one. I'm not going to get in a big discussion about it, but from right here, I like Snap for continuation. I think we're in a potential breakout here very soon. Keep your eye on Snap. And just some other tickers to give you guys that thought-provoking content on online services that fall in line with the Twitters, the Snaps, the JMIA, those type of tickers. Here's some other ones that you can kind of research and see if there's some other stuff to make money on out there, while the other ones are trending hard and kind of fluctuating here and there. A lot of these littler ones will ride coattails because all the money's tied up in a bigger one. So people are going to try to find some areas that have some pockets of momentum with, low volume sentiment so they can make some quick money. So pay attention to these other tickers. Now, I like Domino's Pizza for a continuation here. I think that we were in kind of a pattern, and it's holding pretty good between, 380 and 420. I like this area where it's at this 403. I think we have some upward momentum and a good push to 420 here in the near future. I'd be looking out on this particular one, especially if you want to go long. I'd be looking out for share accumulation at this price, pushing towards a sell of like 420, 430. Or if you want to go options on this one, I would suggest pushing out at least a week to 2 weeks. Domino's is one of those I like to do called debit spreads on. I like to do spreads on these ones because you don't have to really worry about theta too much, and these ones are good ones because they don't move around so much. So you could potentially go in between, say like a 390 and a 415, and you could make some money as long as it doesn't spike too much between those by the time your expiration goes. So definitely paying attention to some spreads for Domino's. I do like this one for continuation though. And man, talk about Tesla, okay? When is Tesla going to hit the top? That was what everyone was betting on, that it was hitting the top and they were trying to go short on this, and Tesla just kept pushing, guys. I do think Tesla is going to hit a threshold. I don't know when that is. I got a feeling it'll probably be before 1500, because 1500 is a psychological number for Tesla, and I got a feeling that people are going to start thinking 1500, and you're probably going to start to see the pullback around like 1485, 1491, something oddballish where they're trying to catch people with weak hands and ride some sentiment down. So I got a feeling we're going to start seeing the negative pullback on Tesla here pretty soon, but definitely don't count it out, because this thing could just continue to run, and especially it has proven a bunch of bearish analysts wrong time and time again. So I am bullish on this long term. I think Tesla is the future. I do like this company. However, I'm just waiting for that pinnacle, because I do think there's some short pressure coming here very soon. Apple's on the other side of the spectrum. Okay, I think Apple's going to try to push to the 182. I think Apple pushes up to 182 here in the near term, and I think that they get a lot of resistance up at that point, probably some fluctuation back and forth, maybe even a little down pressure, but then they're going to break through that and they're going to try to climb to make a new high. So I do like Apple moving forward, but be cautious with it, because there will be some resistance at the higher it gets. The closer it gets to 180, you're going to see more and more resistance there. And wrapping it up with PLTR, guys, I don't need to say I've told you so on PLTR, but man, I've told you so on PLTR, guys. I told you back here when it was $9 that this thing had these ghost contracts, and this thing was going to be pushing hard once these things got activated and the money started flowing in. Dude, it's doing just that. I mean, we got a ladder effect. It's up, multiple days, consolidates, and then continues to go. I see this thing pushing towards the $15 area, and then probably a little cool down period, and then we'll readjust and see what we got there. I don't know how much PLTR is worth currently right now. I'd like to see some more financials on it. I'd like to see some proof of these contracts and money's coming in, but I do like PLTR where it's going, and I think we're going to head up to the upper levels, testing 15, and if we can hold that, then we go on to the next level. So I'm bullish on PLTR moving forward. I would, however, add caution, and if you want to go long on this particular one, I'd give yourself some time, okay? 2 weeks, a month, or even go with some leaps on this particular trade. All right, team, that's the main bulk of the video. Now I'm going to start talking about some things that Traders War Room is excited about and things that we're highlighting. Big push to try to get people onto our server, man, because honestly, we think we have one of the best servers as far as content and quality and like-minded investor community out there, guys. We want you to check out our Traders War Room server. We're offering a 5-day trial of our Premium 2.0, and you can get these features with the Premium 2.0. I mean, we're putting out a huge one-stop shop, guys. We got the AI trading bot signal. We got the real-time alerts. You get insider buys, analysts, upgrades, downgrades, access to pro traders for questions, self-development research, library, private premium chat group, a premium self-charting TA bot, economic and market news, earnings and chart feeds, account challenges, daily watches. It goes on and on and on, and we really want you on the team, and we think that our server will provide you with value and worth and make you a true investor into your particular journey in the stock market. And guys, we have the cleanest and best AI signaling bot out there. We call it the Terminator here at Traders War Room. Just check how clean these alerts look. And here's just a couple of the tickers that the bot pushed out today, man. Look how clean those alerts look. The bot tells you what they purchased, they went long or short at the price they did, and it even gives you the percentage of wins that it's had historically on this particular ticker. I'm telling you guys, the Terminator, as we like to call it, is a destroyer of the stock market, and people are making a killing with this AI bot. Only on Traders War Room and only on the Discord and only for Premium 2.0 or better members. All right, and that's the video, guys. Don't forget, we want you to invest in yourself in 2022, and we hope that you come along for the ride and the journey with Traders War Room. And please remember, at Traders War Room, we look at the stock market like a war zone. Stocks and sectors are our battles. We do it together as a team. Attack, conquer, destroy, and we're always going to war. Now, if you're ready to rock it with us, then all I got to say to you is follow me, and let's go to war together. Don't forget to send me those names for our mascot. Like I said, you guys pick the name. We're going to pick from the pool of names that we're given, and we're going to do a huge unveiling for the TWR mascot, our battle buddy at war.